All right, what's up, Dragon Brood? Today we're going to be taking a look at a Temur'd deck. And this is like the most Temur'd deck I could find. I think this came from a Magic Online deck dump, if I remember right. I could be wrong, but I've had this sitting in my queue for a little bit, and I wanted to cover this because it's like the most Temur'd deck we could find. It has some life gain, it has some ramp, it has some big creatures, it's doing a little bit of everything, and these are the type of decks that people like to play. So, getting into it, we have 4 Volcanic Spite, and this actually makes a lot of sense because you do want to dig to those ramp spells or your payoff spells, and this also can just remove something early for a couple of mana. Wondertail Mentor actually makes a lot of sense here because we do have a lot of stuff we're going to be playing that's 4 mana plus, which allows us to put extra counters on this. And obviously just ramping up mana, kind of the name of the game here. There's a copy of Brotherhood's in, and to be honest, this might look a little bit out of place with a few early creatures, but remember that the Wondertail Mentor can also grow beyond 3 pretty quickly, so this may not even eliminate our own things. Ancient Cornucopia, we've played this in other decks. Obviously, this card's good. You get to gain life, ramp stuff up. Clifftop Lookout, I don't love. However, it does ramp us up, and it does have the ability to block some of the annoying fires for a turn or two to buy yourself a little bit of time. Now, surprisingly, Moxfield is one I really like because I played this in the Raccoons deck and haven't really played it since. But when you have this many expensive spells, one, you can gain life, which is pretty nice, but also occasionally get access to more cards, which is super good. Not a surprise, we're going to be playing Ill-Timed Explosion, and we can also get rid of stuff that's like 2 or 3, so that way we're not hurting our own stuff while eliminating all the small creatures on the opposition, which is nice. Dream Dew and Trancer, we've played this before, obviously it's a good card. Same thing can be said here about Roxanne, being able to produce extra mana and kill things, which is super nice. And then Bonnie Paul, right? If you're going to have all this mana, you're going to have blue, you're going to have green, might as well play the thing that gets you 2 creatures and draws cards and lets you play more mana. Of course, we have a couple copies of Doppelgang, because if we're going to have the mana, we need something to do with it. And speaking of which, Hugs gets to make an appearance here. Hugs is awesome because you can play it as a 4 mana 5/5 with Trample, which is great. Or you can still just pay the X with all that extra mana and get access to a bunch of cards for the next turn. So a bunch of stuff we can do here. And it is 4 mana, which automatically triggers Moxfield and triggers our Wondertail Mentor, which is super nice. So we have a few different things going on in the deck, which should be a lot of fun. Like always, if you want to download this and try it for yourself, at the end of the video, there'll be a description down below that you can follow. It'll take you right over to Moxfield. You can download it, put it right into Arena yourself, and have some fun. For now, though, let's go see if being the best version of Temur'd is the most fun version of Temur'd. All right, opponent's going to go first. We have 2... I guess we keep this, right? Because if we need an emergency button, we might be able to Brotherhood's in. Could be pretty good against Otters, maybe. Yeah, let's go ahead and play this. Though, if we don't get more mana, nothing here matters, honestly. It's all going to be very sad. Alright, yeah. The fact that it immediately passes can be a good thing there, because the opponent might just go, oh, you've got nothing. Awesome. So I'm kind of hoping they just empty their hand, play another Otter here. That didn't really go the way we wanted. I mean, we took 6. I mean, we're obviously still going to play Brotherhood's in. That doesn't change anything here. So let's go ahead and deal 3. And then I think we just play Moxfield and try to gain life after that. Also, I have to say, if I sound a little weird, it's because I literally have a fat lip with stitches in it right now. Had a crazy accident, had a bunch of dental work and other stuff. It was a crazy day yesterday, so buy some merch and support your boy. Help me out. That's all I can say there. Actually, word of mouth, share the videos around. Like, that helps, too. Or, what I was telling people last week that folks don't know about is that if you... hold on a second. We might just Ill-Timed Explosion here. Actually, no. I think I'm going to play one of these. X is 0. That's fine. The reason I'm doing this is maybe I can get them to spend a few more cards to punch past Hugs, and then I can just sweep the board, and then we just start laying things out. What I was saying is, what I told people last week that people don't know about is if you follow any of my Amazon links before you do your shopping on Amazon, what ultimately happens is while you're shopping, I will get 1 or 2%. Doesn't matter what you buy, that helps us out a lot. So just want to put that out there. I should have just tried to wipe your board when I could. They might have a counter now. But I don't really have much choice. I guess they don't have a counter, huh? I can go Wandertail Mentor and Moira next turn. But I don't need 2 Wandertail Mentors, do I? I think I'm going to pass. Discard that. I can't pass. And this, I think. Play a land. Alright. They're not playing red, so there's no direct damage, which is pleasant. But they can get some more cards in hand here. So I think the plan here is play Moira first, because Moira at least allows us to gain life. And then we follow with the Wandertail Mentor. While it would be nice to have a bigger Mentor, I think being so low on life here matters. I need to tap... Oh, I'm going to take damage either way, actually. I was thinking I could tap red, that colorless, but then I still... Yeah, it doesn't really matter. So I'm only going to really gain 2 life. That's fine, though. Alright. That'll keep our head above water for a second. That's all you can hope for, really. Level 3 is whenever you cast something, you get another one. That's fine. We will get 2 green. Because I have 2 red to spin. Yeah, let's do that. Oh, I can get a green and a red. Forgot. They don't have to be the same color. We covered this on a previous video. Alright, so we play Bonnie Paul, grow a thing, and then we still have 1, 2, 3 mana we have access to. That doesn't do enough to do anything, though. I guess we could play Hugs and go look... No, I'm going to play Bonnie Paul. There's more blockers there. That just makes more sense. Because we're ultimately still gambling on Hugs. And we gain some life anyway. Then we can attack. We're playing this anyway, I'm pretty sure. Hilltime Explosion, sure. Then we attack. So we draw that. Alright. I'm at least feeling somewhat safe here. Opponent has to do a lot of work to get past all this. Yeah, we're pretty good. Okay, we get to go first. We'll keep this, for sure. We have double Mentor. And actually, this isn't bad, because if Mentor lives, then we can play Mentor kill something, and that still counts and would grow both of them. Which is pretty cool. For now, we will leave that on top. Just in case the Wandertail Mentors don't survive, you know. It's very possible. Sure, we'll just discard that. We're so far away from casting that, I'm not going to even put that in my thoughts at the moment. And then they may play something that just makes us discard again here. Which, if so, I'm just going to discard Merrick's. Yeah. Because it doesn't make sense to hold on to this here. We want to make sure we have blue mana in case we get into a situation where we can use it. So I'm just going to play this and attack. Alright. Wasn't great. Not going to lie, wasn't great. But we do have access to some damage. So we can kill like a bat, maybe. Pixie's annoying, but we can kill a pixie. Good news now, though, is if we find something that costs 3, we can then play it and kill a pixie. Or we could just find land. But maybe we could still find something here, right? I'm going to gamble and get rid of the land. Ooh, that's not great. Because they're playing a discard deck. We're probably not getting to resolve this and get it into play, unfortunately. I would love if they just played like Shieldred here. Because we could lock down a Shieldred next turn. Braid's not as nice, but it's cool, I guess. Yep, you got it. And picking up something with a pixie. Alright, fair enough. Alright, that wasn't awesome, but it wasn't terrible either. All things considered. And they bought them both. Okay, so that's reasonable. I'm going to go ahead and play this while we can. It'll also grow our creatures. Because we know we're going to discard the Moira next turn, as much as we would like to have some extra life here. And attack. Alright. We're going to take 2 in the air. No, we're not going to take 2 in the air, because our Entrancer also has reach, which is super nice. Not quite a Viper turn. Alright. Gonna sack something? I mean, put us at 10, and then we take 2, puts us at 8. Ooh, do we want to sack a creature? I don't think we do. I'm going to decline. I'm going to gamble here. Reasonable gamble, I guess. So I get to attack for 7 here. Lock that down. Alright, opponent's at 4, I'm at 7. Can they kill us? Nah, that kills a dude, but we still have lethal currently. Alright! This was really good because they effectively did everything they wanted to do. Like, they basically hit us with the Hopeless Nightmare 3 times. You know, got Tiny Bones and 2 triggers off of it, and had a Bandit out that had hit us for once, and like we were still okay. So yeah, that's a good strong win, honestly. Oh man. I'm gonna keep it and hope we get to kill stuff with these volcanic spites, because if not, this hand's really bad. This is a pretty rough keep. Normally I would mulligan this, but hey, we're making content, you know? Okay, here it's at least relevant, and that's actually fine, because we're probably going to have to play a Volcanic Smite next turn anyway. Alright, you got a Swift Spear, friend. And a Scamp. Okay. Guess we'll kill this. Get rid of this, because we're not going to have an opportunity to take advantage of that. Works for me. Go ahead and play this and pass. So far, not bad. I mean, we could play Entrancer and lock something down next turn as well, which is super nice. And then we'll have Hugs if we want, just to have a big body. So, like, that's cool. Yeah. This is where we kill this. I mean, they can still grow it and we take some amount of damage, but whatever. Yep, works for me. It can be as big as it's going to be, I guess. Sure. They're basically emptying the clip here to put us at 8. And knowing that we have the Entrancer, I'm okay with this. Oh, or we don't even need the Entrancer. Oh, I do. Never mind. Roxanne still costs more. I think I still lock this down and trade with this. Don't know if that's the best move, but we'll find out. It does cost all 3 to equip, which is fine. I could have done it the other way, but there's too many, like, simple things that could have made this bigger than 3 toughness. And I didn't want to mess with that. I'd love to get another untapped land here, though. That'd be great. Though the opponent does have another card in hand, which makes me feel like this is the sacrifice creature thing. Because I don't know if they care that much if it's a rage or whatever. They might just go to combat and leave us to block. Or maybe they're just frustrated that mono red tried to do mono red things and it didn't get there. I don't know. I mean, they're still there. They're highlighting things. Yeah, obviously we're blocking. I mean, that's not even a question. Gonna rage to trample? That's fine. Nope. They're just saving whatever the other thing is. So, I guess we do this and this. Much as I would like to have other cards, we kind of just don't have a choice but have to play this here. Good news is, Hugs is just a big old body. And the next turn, we know we can play Roxanne damage free. So that's good. And probably force the opponent to play a defensive card to protect the Swift Spear, or it just dies. Alright, Hugs. And we get to play an extra land, so we can play that tapped. Alright, let's see what the opponent's got here. I mean, they do have ways to, like, pump things, fling things, so, like, we're not totally safe at 7 life. Right? If that's, like, 3 damage in hand, and then they find something that could fling a thing, like, that's pretty rough. Or if they have a Rage, that's the other thing, too, because then we're low enough that they could trample over Roxanne, potentially, and that's a problem. So there's a lot of things we do have to defend against here. Enough that I may not even attack with Hugs next turn. Not sure why the opponent's playing so slow. They're definitely there. But I'd assume they would at least equip there, and they chose not to. So let's just find out what this is all about, I guess. I mean, one way or another, we're going to find out what that last card is in hand. Because if it is a Rage, they'll play it defensively here at least. So then that's one less spell we have to worry about. Like, the more information we have available to know what we're playing around, the better. Alright, Roxanne comes in, picks off a Swift Spear. Oh, that's still tapped for a turn. Nah, let's not attack yet. Just in case, because there could still be a hasty thing, and then they equip up and attack, and who knows what could have happened. A little too conservative, to be honest, because I could throw Roxanne away. But right now, if Roxanne lives, she gets to just start picking stuff off, and I have a Volcanic Bite as a backup. So I basically, I won't say can't lose, but it's very difficult to lose from this position holding these cards, right? But if I attack, there are some combinations of ways we could lose. Because then I'm forced to blocks with Roxanne. If something were to trample over or whatever, especially since they have the splitter, then I'm susceptible to dying to a lightning strike, potentially. This way, I can make sure I shove a 5/5 in front of something, and they have to make a business decision with the cards they do have. Then after that, the combination of Roxanne plus Spite, make sure we can't lose. Yep, that'll do it. Okay. Yeah, this is a keeper. Just kind of did a quick little assessment there of just what order am I going to play everything? Does this make sense? Yeah, we'll keep that on top. Never hurts to have an extra land this early available. Lots of ways our mana creatures can die in the beginning. This is kind of interesting, though, if we should play Cornucopia next turn or just play Entrancer. And I'm tempted to just go with Entrancer into Roxanne. If we get to keep the Mentor, right? Though, I say that. Nah, they're obviously playing some graveyard stuff here, so I think we just do it. Keep one of these locked down. This grows to a 3. Next turn, we pick something off with Roxanne. Yeah, that's probably the way to go. Like, one of those ones you're not, like, super excited about it, but it's the play that makes sense, you know? We're not under real threat of pressure of any kind at this point. Yep, I expected to see that somewhere along the way.
Today we carve our deeds into history. I won't let you.
And they're returning a what? Keen Eye Curator. Sure. Oh, well. Does this change our thoughts any? Like, maybe. Nah, not really. I think we just... I say that. But, like, we could kill this, attack, and whatever. This is fine. I could just pick this dude off, which is probably smart. I mean, if I kill that and attack, then they block. Like, do we care? Eh. We'll see. We'll go here. Alright, they didn't want to block with it. That's what I was assuming. Their plan might be just use it to remove a bunch of stuff from their own graveyard. Which is why I was thinking I probably should have just killed it outright, but that's on me. Right now they can remove a land, creature, and planeswalker. Oh, well, they had another one. Look at that.
They'll talk about this fight for centuries. It's not
All right.
victory without you.
Nothing good to bring back, so probably just another Gorehound. Sure. Okay, so we have a lot of choices next turn. We're not too worried about a Haywire Mite. That's fine. But they didn't surveil anything. Little bit concerning, if I'm being honest. So, our plan should probably look like play this. Play this to kill the Curator. And that grows our creatures. We gain some life. We'll get rid of this so we can get access to a better card. That didn't help that much, but hey, it's a thing. So this deals damage to any target. Alright, so we attack here. All at the opponent. We pick off that.
Clash again soon.
Alright, opponent's at 8. Yep, there's a Roots. You get at least one body. Question is, how many total bodies do you get? Yeah, this would have been a problem had we left the 3/3 out there. And this is what I was kind of expecting to happen somewhere along the way. That's why I was like, ooh, this could be bad. Because then they just remove, and then they have a whole world full of creatures over there. Everybody's on blocking duty, I assume, at this point. So our plan is just going to be attack, right? Pick this off. Yep. I can say you can't take 7, but again, Roxanne just kills you on the next attack, so that's no good. All right, so they gain 2 there. Yeah, I'll tap for green or something. Not that I can use it. All right, we'll play this. Go search for a land. Play that. And end the turn. I mean, this is their chance to load up if they got it. Hound puts something in the graveyard. 2 things in the graveyard because of the other one. And those still block right now. So those are still relevant. Prowler, alright? Prowler only gets a land though, right? Yeah. I had somebody the other day talking about like playing Prowler in my lands deck or whatever. Like, I really do not like Prowler. It just never does enough of anything. It's a bad late top deck. And it doesn't ramp you. It just puts a land into your hand. It doesn't grow your mana count, which is a big deal. Okay, I guess we load up. And we move to attack. Grow this guy. We'll pick off this guy. And then I'll let you decide what you want to do from here, opponent. Ooh, if I activated that twice... No, it wouldn't do what I wanted to do. Alright, sounds good. Works for me. Believe it or not, this is a game, though, that really came down to a single choice. And that was all the way back when I destroyed the Keen-Eyed Curator. Because if I don't get rid of it on that turn... Then the opponent removes something or removes something. Now they've got a 1/2, and well, their creatures are all going to grow basically because of the Insidious Roots. They have the extra blocker. Then the following turn, I have to get rid of it then, but they've already gotten their value and potentially put a lot more stuff in the graveyard they could use. So yeah, that was pretty key to get rid of it when we did. Oh man, we go first with this? Boy. All right, we'll keep it, see if we draw something. It's not a real fast or explosive hand. We need to get into the later stages of the game. Oh, against Mono Red? Yeah, Mono Red should crush this. Like, our only benefit will be drawing smites or something. Or spites. Volcanic spites. If we don't, like, we gotta be toast, right? We can get some incidental life gain here. Like, if we play Cornucopia, then play Hugs. Then we get a 5/5 plus 2 life. Then we can play Entrancer, maybe. But either way, it's going to be a lot of damage here early. So we just got to brace ourselves. Though, with the double striker, it may be a matter of we just lock that down. Because they might load it up here and try to hit us for like 12. Which wouldn't be unreasonable, honestly. And it could be more than that. It could be like 16. Alright, there's a Swift Spear. Okay. Sure. Alright, and here comes the rest of the damage, right? Cool. Alright, so still a big turn. Just not the way I thought it was going to happen. So here... Oh, that's so nice, too. Damn. No, I still don't think we do, though. I think we just play the Entrancer, lock down the mouse, because we could just die to the mouse itself next turn. No, I don't think we want that. So we'll gain the life, go to 11. Lock down the mouse. Maybe get to kill something with Roxanne. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I mean, we could also doppelgang an Entrancer to keep it locked down longer later after a Roxanne. So that's kind of cool, too. I mean, no matter what they do here, we're blocking. It's just how much do we take in the process, right? And if they end up killing our Entrancer, then we're obviously not going to be able to copy it later. But, you know, cost of doing business. All right, another hasty boy. Obviously, make the mouse double strike. Oh, that sucks. Did not want to see that. That hurts. That hurts a lot. Okay. Only good news is we know we can block a Swift Spear and kill one safely here. But that means we're taking 10 in the process. So I can take 8, go to 3. We gain 2, go to 5. Damn, how comfortable am I with that? And then we can still kill the challenger at that point? Because it'll be back to being a 2/2? Whew, man, this is a decision. Alright, I'm going to no block here. Not going to lie, scariest no block I've had in a long time. Probably means they have something to protect their creatures here. So now this gets to be tough. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana. I mean, I could lock down another mouse and then split our blocks next turn. And then doppelgang once? Golly. Yeah, if they have anything to save a creature here, that makes the Roxanne play so bad. Oh, this is tough. This is tough. I want to. Yeah, alright. Because those could just as well be burn spells of some kind and not pump spells, for all I know. But we'll see. Sadly, can do this for 0. That's not what we want to do here, obviously. No attacks. Oh, actually, wait a minute. Oh, with Roxanne, this will tap for more mana. So that would give me 3. That's something to think about if I get an untapped land next turn. Well, no, it won't matter next turn. Oh, yeah, so if they got us, we're just dead. They're just going to shoot us. Then it doesn't matter. Yeah, that's what I thought. So they were actual burn spells anyway. So it didn't matter what we did. Alrighty, let's keep it. I'm going to put this bad boy on green. Give us a little bit more wiggle room. What's that? Oh, a raccoon. Okay. Interesting. Yep, it is a straight-up raccoon deck in the opposition. Unfortunately, we are not going to be able to take advantage of the situation. That makes me kind of sad. No attacks. Man, we drew no spells here. Maybe if all they have is a raccoon of their own, we could get lucky and ill-time explosion for 2, and our things would be 3/3s. Like, that's one option. But it's pretty rough because we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana. All right, they're playing a bite down here. That's fair. Sure. Same situation if they don't have another play here. Oh, didn't find it though. Oh, man. Okay. Here's what we're going to do then. I'm going to gamble on playing this. And we either discard... Actually, you know what? I say that, but I might just attack here. Because they're not going to block. And then we'll just see if we find what we need or not. I might have missed a point of damage there, but... Okay, this works. So that wasn't so bad. I did miss a point of damage, though. I could have done it the other way. Alright, cool, cool, cool. Now we have some options working for us. Alright, now we have access to Moira, and we have Brotherhoods in. So, like, we're in good shape here, I think. Play Moira. Play a land. Do some attacking. Shoot the opponent in the turn. Alright, feeling good here. Yep, that'll do it. Okay, this is fine. Nothing crazy, just fine. Oh boy, alright. So we're playing against probably another one of these cakes and snakes type decks, but that's okay. Do I need another land in hand? Probably not. I mean, I don't think we'll get lucky here. So, I mean, I don't think we're going to survive. With this hand, I don't think it's as well positioned as it was the last time we ran into this. Yeah, that's exactly what this is. So, we might just be looking at a big Viper next turn. And we're not going to have many answers for it starting out like this. So, that's a little bit tough. Don't even have a sizable creature to block it, which is unfortunate. But if I were them, I would just Viper here if they got it. Okay, I guess they don't have it. They don't got. Works for me. Warden, sure. Looks like we're going to be firing off a Brotherhoods in, folks. Okay, the good news there is they bottomed whatever that was. Let's deal 3 to everything. Alright, this hopefully buys us some time that we need. I don't know. Oh, combo. Okay, I like it. different version than we've seen before, but I'm into it. All right, so the question here is, do we get away with playing Hugs? I'm assuming Hugs just dies to something here. So maybe we just do this and pass the turn. So then we get the option that maybe we get to shoot something, or we end up just discarding Hugs to ill-timed explosion to kill off 2 things, maybe. They do have a lot of colorless lands, though. Unless they want to blow up the demolition fields. Which, I mean, if they do, they do, I guess. But seeing as how they haven't been too quick to play the card in their hand, I'm curious. I mean, I'm assuming if it's not Viper, it's probably a removal spell, I guess. Tap for red. Go get a forest. I mean, at least I assume that's what it is. Oh, it's another Hopeless Nightmare. That's really good for us, actually. Like, that's a way better option than anything else it could have been. Yeah, that resolves. We'll get rid of this. So we get the Hugs for at least 1 next turn fairly safely. All right, we will Hugs for 1. So we lose 1, gain 2. Hugs finds. Sadly, just a land, but we do get to play it. All right, so you're going to crack Carrot Cake, make a 1/1. We take an additional 1 from Comball. All right, what'd you draw? Feels like it could be a Viper. I was right. It was indeed a Viper. Okay, so we have some interesting decisions here, right? Like, I think I just take the 4 here. We're at 13. We're going to gain some life back. We can lock down a Viper with the Dream Dew Entrancer. Opponent doesn't really have any good attacks here. Yeah, we do this. I gotta take 1. Yeah, it doesn't really matter. Alright. Actually, you know what? If we were to draw... Actually, I guess I just attack here. I was gonna say, if we were to draw something that costs... No, because I wouldn't be able to get rid of the Comball without killing our dudes. Never mind. It's going to be gross if they have another Viper, though. I was going to say, putting that under... We have 1 under lock and key. It would have been gross if they had another one. Alright, so they're going to copy the token. Sure. I lose a life. Go to 9. Oh, Bonnie Paw, you real nice. Actually, do we attack first? No, because this makes our 3/3 into a 4/4. Yeah, they get a 6/6, sadly, that's locked down, but that's okay. They sadly have more lands than us. Yeah, we just attack with the 5/5. Which puts this into play. So that works. Alright. We have 2 more turns before we get hit by the Viper again. Right now, we could trade 6/6s unless they make their 6/6 into an 8/8. And then I probably just chump off with the Entrancer. Yeah, that's fine. We're out of basics, but that's no big deal. We can live with that. We kind of got what we needed off of it. The only downside is it's 1 less card for a future Hugs. But right now, Hugs might be just going off or getting discarded here. Because if they are left with 2 blockers, and we would have 1, 2, 3, 4 attackers of, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Maybe that's not totally accurate here. Oh, but another bunny paw, huh? Okay, let me see if we can end this from here. If we play this, Wandertail becomes a 5. Though my creatures would already have damage on them, and that does cause a small problem. So that is real. And then we'd be at 8. They'd have 2 blockers. We'd have 1, 2, 3, 4 attackers. If you block the 2 biggest things, that would be still taking at least 11. That's assuming we don't find a land on top. Out of this and the attack. Yeah, I think we got to do it. So let's tap for red. Tap for blue. Actually, I think I'm willing to tap this for red. This for blue. Leave open the cornucopia because we don't know what we're going to need. Let's go here, grow our stuff. Go ahead and gain the 2. We don't need to do it for 5. Doing it for 3 is just the same thing, and we get to keep the other hugs, I guess. Because we're only getting rid of the same... Oh, no, if we do it for 4, we get rid of this too, though. Oh, they don't even have that. Yeah, they just have 1 blocker. My math was bad. And we still have 1, 2, 3, 4 attackers? Yeah, this is definitely what we do. Okay, sorry, y'all. That was stupid. Just... I'll hold the other Bonnie Paw, I guess. Not that it matters greatly. Alright. For some reason, I was thinking Comball was 1 larger. But none of this matters. Yep, put that into play. And there we go. GG's. Alright, cool. Not gonna lie, surviving the Viper was pretty key. And that's a case where... just being patient on the Entrancer, just like, okay, let's find something, put it there, boom, and we're good. And Cornucopia does a lot of work in here just because we have so many multicolor things. Like this Cornucopia gained, what, 8 life during the course of this game? 10 life? So, big difference, you know, that kept us alive when we were kind of on dead draws early. We are keeping this, but it is going to be a very, very slow game. I guess I'll keep another Cornucopia. Alright. Like, could be the right decision, could be the absolute wrong decision. We'll find out. Really wish I would have had an early mana creature here, though. So I have a feeling we're going to have to put quite a few things under lock and key. Alright, so. Plan 1. Probably to lock down the hero. Though the hero can always be flung at us or whatever. Like, we know that's a thing. Trade-off? Could kill the Slick Shot here. Because we may not be able to do it in the future. But, oh no, because that comes into play tap. Never mind, we can't. Go with the play we can make here, folks. Let's lock that down. At least for a moment. What I would like is an untapped land, because then I could play the other Cornucopia and the Entrancer. Then when we start gaining 4 life plus, the world changes. But we can't do that right now. So we can go 1, 2, 3, and that just leaves us 3 mana. So that's no good. So I think we're going to go... Actually, you know what? I might just Ill-Time Explosion here. Get rid of... I kind of want the other Cornucopia. I'm being really greedy here, and I probably shouldn't be, to be honest. But we have time. We might get the opponent to overcommit while we do this. And no attack, since we have a creature with reach. We can still be pretty patient here. We don't have to be in a big hurry. Yeah, like we block, make them spend a bunch of resources. That's fine. Yeah, we're totally okay with that. Not even remotely a concern. And then now we could take our time. We could lock that back down if we want to. Play this, and that gives us one... Oh, actually, no. Because, as we talked about before, Roxanne lets all your art... Oh, crap! I didn't mean to do that. I could have got more life off of this thing. 2, 4... Does it not tap for double mana? Whenever an artifact... Oh, artifact token. Well, that's... I'm an idiot. Alright, well, either way, we get some life off this, so we can't be that upset. I just misplayed a couple of ways this turn is all. Alright, then we'll play Bonnie Paul with Reach. And then we have an ill-timed explosion. That kind of gives us everything we need. Because now we're going to be gaining 4 life a turn. Like, it starts to get hard for the opponent to even just fling enough damage at us. This is doing a definitive number on mono red right now, though. We're going to get another card. We're going to have mana to spend still. Get to play an extra land for no good reason. Yep. End the turn. I mean, if they get us from 19, then I'll throw my hands up and say, you got me, friend. But I do think us being patient was the absolute correct choice, though. Especially with us having multiple creatures with reach, we could get them to spend more resources, dedicate to more things before we had to worry about something. Yep, it's way dead. You got it. Not even blocking. Alright, cool. Yeah, okay, so this might be the most Temur'd deck ever. I mean, that's the only way I can describe it. The one thing I would say is the deck does kind of want to have just some kind of counter, which it doesn't have. You know, I think that's the one thing I would change. And that probably involves changing the Clifftop Lookout into 3 steps ahead. That's probably the one thing I would change. But everything else did its part. I mean, even though the one game we lost against Mono Red, the only reason we lost really is because we didn't get any of our life gainers earlier, right? If we'd have got a second Cornucopia or a Moira earlier or whatever, like, we'd have been awesome in that game. Or even a board sweeper would have been good, right? Like, we had opportunity, just didn't make it happen. So, and then that last game against Mono Red, like you saw, like, we just were able to kill off everything, gain a bunch of life. It just didn't even matter. Even making mistakes, it didn't matter. So yeah, the only thing I will say, there was a game that I went ahead and conceded because I was already getting close to the end of this video, and it looked like it was going to be against domain control, and we got like 3 turns in with nothing happening. I just conceded that game because I knew if the game went 15 plus minutes, it wasn't going to make the video anyway. So, just is what it is. I think that's a bad matchup in general, to be honest, which is one of the other reasons I think you could go ahead and add some 3 steps ahead, and it could help you out quite a bit, I think, in this matchup. So, yeah, that's the way I would go. Probably cut Clifftop Lookout for that. You still have a fair amount of creatures. You'd have 18, even if you cut those. You know, and that's not counting, like, the extra token you get from the Bonnie Paul. You have lots of card extra value here when you're getting extra cards from Hugs. You're getting life gain from Moira. You're growing your creatures with the Wandertail Mentor. Like, there's a lot going on with this deck, but it's a lot of fun. I mean, I had a blast playing this deck. So if you're into Temur stuff, this is probably the deck for you. But you have 4 Volcanic Spite, 4 Wandertail Mentor, 1 Brotherhood's End, 4 Cornucopia, 3 Clifftop Lookout. However, I think these could be 3 steps ahead. 2 Moira, 3 Ill-Timed Explosion, 4 Dream Dew Entrancer, 3 Roxanne, 2 Bonnie Paul, 2 Doppelgang, 3 Hugs, a Mountain, 2 Forest, 2 Shivan Reef, 1 Spire Bluff Canal, 1 Commercial District. Questionable if this needs to be a Commercial District or another Ridgeline. I kind of like a Ridgeline just against slower control decks. 4 Copperline Gorge, 4 Carplusian Forest, 1 Restless Ridgeline, 2 Botanical Sanctum, 3 Restless Vinestalk, 2 Yavimaya Coast, 1 Merrick's, 1 Sunken Citadel. But yeah, standard's still crazy. There's so many options, and this Bant list we just played that went with like synthesizer in a whole crazy direction. You should check that one out too, because that was a crazy deck. But that's all I have for now. We'll see you next time.